Hi again, I'm back. This is Sweet Diet Queen. I thought that I would do my why I want to lose weight video today, as I promised. I've promised for a while now. Yeah. Before I started Cambridge Diet, I was classed as a class 2 obese person. What is a class 2 obese person? A class 2 obese person is someone whose BMI lies between 35 and 40. I had a BMI of about 36 to 37. Um, BMI is it's a very popular concept right now. Um, if you have a BMI under 18, you're said to be underweight. If it's between 18 and 24.9, you are healthy. That's the ideal body weight they want you to be. If you're between 25 and 30, and well, 29.9, then you're overweight. And if you're between 30 and 35, you're class 1 obese, or 34.9, you're class 1 obese. 35 to 39.9, you're class 2 obese, and 40 and above, you're class 3 obese. Okay, so I won't tell you why I want to lose weight. That's what this video is about. Uh, if Let's talk about obesity for a little while, see what it's really about. It's currently one of the leading health concerns at the moment. It's what everyone's concerned about. Government, I don't know about your government, but I'm sure every government has some sort of concern about obesity. Here in the UK, it's all that people can talk about: how to prevent obesity. They're tackling it down to like primary school age, and how to teach children to eat healthily and be more active. And so the World Health Organization defines overweight and obesity basically as having abnormal or excessive fat accumulation that may impair your health. So there's like two parts to it. There's abnormal health accumulation of fat, and then there's your health risk. It could reduce life expectancy and precipitate other health conditions. Not only can it cause health conditions, but it can worsen other pre-existing ones as well. There's like the concept of passive obesity. That's basically the modern way of life has caused a rise in obesity levels. Well, we talk about measuring obesity now with the body mass index, which is calculated with your weight in kilograms divided by the square of your height in meters. So basically, everybody, the ideal weight is between 18.5. The ideal BMI is between 18.5 and 24.9. That's what is recommended. There are other ways to determine what the ideal size should be. You can use waist circumference. With waist circumference, it takes into account the fact that your total weight might be as a result of fat and as a result of muscle, and your muscles muscle building. So you can have a really bulky, hefty guy who probably has a BMI of, I don't know, somewhere like 45, but it's mainly because that person is made of muscle. And that's where things like fat percentage and weight circumference come into play, where they take into account other things that are added to your your to your weight increase, or the weight that you are. I think the ideal fat percentage is about 20% for women. I'm not sure about men, but they tell you to be around 20% fat percent. I'm not sure how fat percentage is measured right now, but you can always Google that. Yeah, basically, That's that's what they want you to be. They want you to be healthy. They want you to be within a healthy range. So there are quantitative methods of like measuring what your healthy, you know, body size should be, like BMI, fat percentage, waist circumference, and there's also ideal body weight as well. Uh, I don't know. We've this world, this last couple of decades, the level of obesity has just been on a rise, you know, ridiculously on a rise. I don't know, it's gone from, I believe to say there are 1 billion people in the world that are overweight, at least overweight, and I think that's from the World Health Organization, about 300 million are obese, um, which are really, you know, high percentages. In the UK, it's been on a rise. The highest percentage in the world is in the States. You know, it's a large proportion of people in the States are, you know, obese, and it's something that the Western world is concerned about. Just like in the third world countries, there's all the talk about malaria and AIDS and HIV, and here our problems are based on too much enjoyment, really. We haven't, our life is too good, and so we're forming diseases out of it, and which is really sad because the people are dying of diseases that it can cause, and we are self-inflicting ourselves with this condition called obesity, and it's killing us. It's killing us as a nation. It's killing us as a population. It's something that is of concern to everybody. So, you know, we can talk about, you know, what causes obesity, everything from lifestyle, eating patterns, you know, you're used to eating certain large portions, and get you get used to that portion, and you think it's normal, and it's really not. It's probably twice as much as normal for your size, and we just develop some really bad habits like binge eating at night, and, you know, addiction to sodas, and, you know, things that are just like, I have an addiction, and that is sweets. I love sweets. I can eat sweets. Like, as food, I can take like a pack of Haribos or two even and just eat them up and not have food that day. And, you know, in terms of quantity, it's nothing compared to having a proper meal. But in terms of fat percentage, that is like bloody murder, really. And the things that we don't understand food as a people, as a population, we don't understand food. If we did, we would eat better, and we wouldn't, you know, I mean, why would I have two packs of Haribos? That's gonna give me like 5 times the amount of calories as having, you know, you don't want to have a steak dinner or something, or having chicken and some rice or something. Just proper meal that's going to fill me. It's going to fill me up better, and it's going to make me healthier. But I choose to have the pack of sweets and the donuts and the crisps, and, well, not crisps so much, but yeah, the sodas, the, you know, pumping my system with unhealthy stuff. And I'm just keeping an eye on the times because I have to stop at 15 minutes and do a part 2 of this. You know, there's also socioeconomic factors. You know, basically foods that are cheaper really are rubbish. I mean, when you sit down to things, first time I heard it, I was like, that's an interesting concept, but it's true. The foods that do you more harm are so cheap. Like, you can buy them anywhere. I mean, a pack of sweets is like £1.50 or so. Meanwhile, a meal is a lot more than that. And because of the economy, people just stick to like the cheap stuff. And because of that, we're eating the wrong stuff. So, you know, the economy makes the stuff that is absolute rubbish readily available. And the stuff that's good for us is, you know, too expensive. And when you go hunting for vegetables, you'll be surprised how much you will spend on fruits and vegetables now. I mean, they're not cheap when you compare them to like junk food. You know, you can have a pack of grapes for almost £3, a pack of 500 grams of grapes for almost £3, and you want to, and as opposed to like having a bag of crisps for like £1, you're like, why is the government isn't helping. This stuff that is good for us costs more, and the stuff that is bad for us comes readily available. If you want to go and have a proper meal at a restaurant, you probably spend almost £10. But if you go to McDonald's, or you go to Burger King, or you can get something to eat for £2. That's nothing. That's just absolute rubbish. The society isn't helping us. The economy is not helping us. There's other like factors. Everything we do is like, we're so stationary. Back in the day, people don't go out to do sports anymore. Like, we don't play outside anymore. We all sit down at home, or we play like games on the Wii, which is, if you're on the Wii Fit, that's okay. But like video games, PlayStation and all this stuff, as opposed to going out and having a game of football, or like a game of catch, or even frisbee is healthy. But we've substituted all the outdoor activity for like computer games. So computer games are leading to our downfall as well. Technology is leading to our downfall. So much. There's like the flat conveyor belt. So even now, to walk on a flat road, we need conveyor belts to take us from here to here. And we think we're helping ourselves. No, we're not helping ourselves. We are killing ourselves. If we cannot walk from here to here, we need conveyor belts for that. Then we are killing ourselves, gradually killing ourselves. We need to be more active. We need to be more informed about what we do and what we eat. And some things are not our fault, like the economic factors is really nobody's fault. That the economy is just going down. It's not the people's fault, it's the government's fault. There's so many reasons why people are obese, and there's so many comorbidities that are linked to being obese. It's not nice that we are putting ourselves at risk. We're causing premature death. We're not living life to the full anymore. We are at risk of things like diabetes, hypertension. That's a really big one. Like cardiovascular diseases, we are vulnerable to them. As obese people, we are vulnerable to them. There's other, like, arthritis gets worse when you're obese. It feels a lot worse when you're obese. Asthma is worsened, heart disease, gallstones. We get gallstones more often, and that thing hurts like hell, apparently. We are at risk of certain cancers, and it's just the list of problems. Pain, back pains, shoulder pains, our bodies in pain, begging us to just stop eating so much freaking food. But we don't listen. We just go with with our appetites, and we're killing ourselves. I'm killing myself. I'm only 22 and I weigh freaking 16 stones. I mean, come on, my life is passing me by, and I just, there's so much at risk, there's so much that I'm at risk for, just because I wouldn't exercise and I just wouldn't watch what I eat, and I would just eat whatever I want. It seems to be worse for women, especially. In women, we really have the short end of the stick here. Cancers, ovarian cancers, we have a relative risk of type 2 diabetes of like 12.7%, and whereas men have a 5.2% relative risk of diabetes. And there's so much that we are putting ourselves at risk because we just don't know these facts sometimes, and we just don't think before we act, and we just eat and eat and eat. And there are people that are dying of cancer and they did nothing to deserve it. There are people that are dying of HIV, they were born with it, that did nothing to deserve it. There are people that have malaria but there's no cure for it. We gave ourselves obesity, and we are killing ourselves as a population, and it's our decision, and it has to be our decision to stop. So this is the end of part 1 of this video because I'm running out of time. I'm going to put up part 2 next, so keep watching.